My phone vibrated once in my pocket. A single buzz. Heavy, deliberate. Across the room, she laughed too loudly, glass raised, eyes already sharp with something mean. The music pulsed like a second heartbeat. Her friends leaned in, orbiting her like obedient moons. I caught the look she gave me, half dare, half contempt, and knew something was coming. She didn't lower her voice. "Say it," she said, smiling at them. "Tell them what you do asterisk." I felt the floor tilt. The air thinned. Then it landed. "You're a worthless loser." Silence fell wrong, thick, sticky. My chest stayed still, no flinch, no defense. The trick I'd learned years ago: freeze the outside, let the inside burn. I tasted metal, counted breaths, watched her friends avoid my eyes. I nodded. "You know what?" I said evenly. "You're right." The word asterisk right echoed louder than her scream. I set my glass down, straightened my jacket, felt the calm arrive, the kind that only comes when something inside finally snaps cleanly instead of tearing. As I turned toward the door, my phone buzzed again. A message preview glowed on the screen. "She thinks you don't know." I didn't open it. I already did. The first betrayal never announces itself, it leaks. Late nights disguised as work, a new passcode, a softness she no longer spent on me. She said my name like a chore, said his like a secret. I told myself stories, men do that. We build excuses like shelters and call them homes. But then there were the gaps, calendar entries that didn't align, receipts that weren't ours, a hotel charge 3 towns over on a night she'd kissed me goodbye and said, "Early meeting." I didn't confront her, that would have been emotional, sloppy. Instead, I listened. She stopped asking where I was, stopped caring if I noticed she was gone. That's when it becomes real, not the sex, not the lies, the absence of fear, the certainty you've been replaced. At the party, when she humiliated me, it wasn't impulsive. It was rehearsal. She needed witnesses, needed to rewrite history while I was still standing in the room. Worthless loser. That was the narrative she wanted agreed upon before she left me. What she didn't know, what she never considered, was how quiet men watch when they're done begging. I moved like nothing had changed. Morning coffee, shared smiles, routine intimacy that meant nothing. She mistook my calm for weakness, that was her final miscalculation. I pulled phone records, not illegally, methodically. Patterns form when you stop looking for proof and start tracking behavior. Same number, same hours, same rhythm. I hired a private lab, discreet, clinical, the kind that emails results without commentary. I watched the progress bar load like a countdown. At night, lying beside her, I memorized the way she slept, the way guilt made her restless, the way she whispered apologies to someone who wasn't me. I rehearsed no speeches, planned no accusations. Truth doesn't need theatrics. When the results arrived, I didn't open them immediately. I made breakfast, washed the dishes, let the normality rot in my hands. Then I clicked. Non-paternity probability, 0% asterisk. Clean absolute. I printed the report, slipped it into a folder, waited until evening. She noticed the paper first, women always do. "What's that?" she asked, already defensive. I slid it across the table, no words, no emotion, just evidence. She read, froze, read again. Her face collapsed inward, like a building losing its supports. "It's not," she started. I raised a finger. "No," I said, quiet, surgical, "don't insult me again." She cried, of course she did, tears are a currency. She'd spent years learning their exchange rate. I felt nothing. That was the moment she understood. I wasn't angry. I was finished. The party was 2 nights later. Same friends, same house, same music. This time I arrived alone. She spotted me instantly, panic flared behind her smile. I didn't stay long, just long enough. "I told him," one friend whispered to her, not knowing I could hear. "All of us did." Another leaned in, "You crossed a line, he didn't deserve that." A third, colder, "We warned you he'd leave, you thought he'd beg." I met her eyes then, held them, let her see the vacancy where love used to live. "I quit," I said, "being your loser." And I walked out. Behind me, the truth detonated quietly, friend by friend, sentence by sentence, until there was nothing left for her to stand on. I don't miss her. I miss who I thought I was before I let someone define me with their cruelty. Now silence feels earned, clean. She still calls, still writes, still tries to explain a story I already know the ending to. I don't answer. Some men get revenge, others get free. I chose the one that lasts.